Okay, so now you want to know how this employee table got created. Not only this, if tomorrow if someone asks you, I want to know how that table columns are present and what kind of data types it is expecting. Let me bring out the schema of that particular table. Okay, we just said this as a schema of the table because this is an outer structure, right? If you want to know any outer structure of any table, you can just say describe and the table name. Right, this table creation is not yet fully done, though we have created. There are a lot of constraints which you can use, and like you will say that name should not be null and name character should be more than this much, something like that. Primary key, foreign key. There are constraints with we can use in this table. That part I'll be talking at the end where I speak about database testing. So when I specifically speak about database testing, then I talk about these constraints and the role of these constraints in creating tables. Okay, right now I'm just creating a basic table, right? So once we are done with that, we can go ahead and check the schema of the created table with the help of describe command. And when you run this, describe just table name, that's it. Yeah, you can see that the output is here. So it says the employee info table which you created have name field, yes, ID field, location field, age field, just like how we have done. So this is an outer line schema and it is explaining what kind of data type it is expecting. Varchar, integer, again varchar, integer. So are they allowed to have null values? Yes. And here is the magic. As I said just now, the constraints. If you feel that it should not be null anytime. Okay, tomorrow if someone enter his age, he might not knowing his age as he has not updated in the application. Then he might just write it as null because he is not sure that. Is that null values allowed in this table? Yes, because by default null values are allowed. If you don't want to allow null value, you have to specifically write a constraint here saying not null. Okay, that part I'll talk later. Okay, this column is related to that stuff. And you can also provide a default values. If there is nothing, if there is no value provided for this, by default it should take some value. And for that you can add some default value here. Again, this is also a part of constraint which I'll talk later. So basically this is an, if you have created a table and if you want to know how you created and what's the schema on it, you can just use describe and with the table name and you will get all the info how the table is structured and what kind of data types are present in it. Okay, so that's the pretty much about describe. Yeah, so we have designed a schema and let's start quickly feeding the data into the table. Okay, so table in the sense here, let's start with Sam, something like Ram. We'll create a 4 particular lines, Tam, okay, some different random names I'm giving. Okay, so ID 1, 2, 3, 4. Location New Jersey, New York, Florida, and what else in that eastern part? Charlotte. Yeah. So this is the table which we need to create. Okay. So simple. Start with insert command. Insert into what? Insert into this table. 1 second. Let me copy this to table. Okay, what you want to insert into this table? Values, right? And now give as per order. Name what you are thinking here. Sam, right? Sam, and his ID 1, his location I guess New Jersey, and his age is something like 21. Okay, and give a colon. That's it. This is the syntax to enter first row of the data into this employee info table. See, it's so simple. We are saying insert is a keyword into this table. What we are inserting? Values. And write the order in how you have defined this name, ID, location. And select this query, and let me clear all the stuff here first. Yeah. Execute this. Okay, there is some error. Unknown column Sam in field list. Yeah. Can anyone find out what could be the error here? See, if you are writing something in strings, make a habit of writing a single quote. It expects single quote if it is a string. Okay. Same with here. That's it. That's the only error, I guess. Let me run this again. I just forgot of giving a single quote for that. Yeah. Now you can see the insert into employee Sam1. It's got inserted into that particular employee info table, and one row got affected. Okay. So in the similar fashion, let's quickly create all the 4 rows and wrap up creating table. Okay. Copy paste multiple times. We have 5 rows or 4 rows. It's 4 rows, right? Sam 1, 2, 3 IDs, 4, 5. See, New York, Florida, Charlotte, and right. And the age, let's increment it. We are just getting sample table, okay? Later part we can actually retrieve, write very good SQL commands and get the values from into it, which will serve our database testing. Okay, so these are the 4 new lines, right? Let me hit the error, execute this selected portion. Okay, so all rows got added and we have successfully created this table in this employee info.